Right. That's my dad, my mom, Nick, Charlene, Audra, and Allie. Alright. Some of you already know how hard learning a second language proves to be. You may wonder why it is that some people are able to pick up on second languages more easily than others. It's important to know the benefits of learning a second language, as well as ways to prepare yourself for this task. Therefore, I'm going to provide you with information on personal qualities that may help you learn a second language, different ways to learn language information, as well as some reasons to consider learning multiple languages. First, I'll explain the effects personal characteristics such as age, introversion, extroversion, and your level of risk-taking have on your ability to learn a second language. Studies have shown that it is easier for extroverts to retain knowledge from learning second languages because they're naturally inclined to be more social and participate in conversations. Although this aspect of learning may come more easily for extroverts, introverts are proven to be better suited for classroom learning, especially when it comes to reading and writing. Language proficiency has a direct correlation to classroom learning, which is better suited for students who are classified as risk takers. Risk taking, as defined by my source, is a situation where an individual has to make a decision involving choice between individuals of different desirability. The outcome of the choice is uncertain. There's a possibility of failure. Self-esteem and self-confidence are also closely related to learning a second language. Students who lack either trait may have difficulty participating in conversations with the fear they will make a foolish mistake. Those students with higher self-esteem will not be put off from participating in discussions because of the chance that they will publicly make mistakes and the possibility of being laughed at. Another characteristic that has an effect on your ability to learn a second language is age. Although age is not proven to affect the general developmental pattern, studies have shown that adults learn faster than children when dealing with grammar. However, children are faster learners when it comes to language pronunciation. Next, I'll discuss how input can affect the way and how you learn a second language. Input is defined by my source as general learning or teacher style. Most second language learners are only exposed to the second language in the classroom, where teachers engage in what is known as teacher talk. Teacher talk consists of short and simple sentences that are grammatically correct. Conversations that take place in the classroom environment are going to be different than conversations you would find yourself having in a foreign country. In many cases, the conversations between students and teachers may even be classified as unrealistic. Also, many teachers will adjust their way of speech if they see their students are struggling to follow. Optimal input for second language learners should be comprehensible, interesting, sufficient in quantity, and authentic. Evidence has been provided that knowledge is only processed and stored when the meaning of a sentence or phrase is understood. Teachers should be conscious of this when teaching non-natives. The best way for learners to succeed is for teachers to provide optimal input in the classroom, as well as for learners to explore optimal input outside of the classroom. Now I'll explain the effect of interactive games on the ability to retain secondary vocabulary. Video games are another, less conventional source of input for second language learners. A study was conducted which investigated the influence of video game interactivity on second language learning. In the study, participants were grouped in pairs. One subject played the music video game while another watched on another monitor. Following the period of exposure to the game, the subjects were tested on their recall of vocabulary and tested again 2 weeks after. It was discovered that watchers of the video game recalled significantly more vocabulary than the players did. The results are caused by an overload of inputs in the brain by those who are playing and learning new vocabulary simultaneously. After being tested 2 weeks later, both players and watchers forgot significant amounts of vocabulary proving that the language-based video games may not be the most effective way of teaching non-natives a second language. Lastly, I would like to illustrate the importance of learning a second language in business. In comparing human societies to apes, it's their lack of language communication that keeps apes from developing societies as advanced as human societies. In one study, a business with almost 50% Spanish-speaking employees required its managers to learn basic Spanish, attend cultural diversity training, and posted bilingual signs around the workplace. The effort to make these non-native employees more comfortable proved to benefit for the plant, with employee turnover falling 22% from the previous year. When asked about the dramatic results, it was stated that companies need to pay attention to the basic needs of their workers. Not only does learning a second language benefit employees, but also could help businesses to expand their networking connections. Businesses who are more easily able to communicate with others do not speak the same native language have thousands more opportunities for advancement. Having a second language under your belt may also increase your chances of landing a job. The number of businesses that hire only multilingual employees to fill their management positions is up 10% from 2010, and 23% of businesses will provide reimbursement for secondary language training. In summary, I have informed you of the best ways to learn a second language, characteristics or qualities that will help you learn or effectively retain the language, as well as some reasons you may want to consider learning a second language. With your new understanding of what goes into learning a second language, you're now able to give or receive lessons with those in mind. Now I have to scan the crowd again.